Okay, y'all, this is an international receipt. This is an international receipt because, okay, Reuters compiled with the other nations, right? What the world said after the U.S. strike and the Maduro capture. So let's do it like a slight roll call here, right? First, six countries. Six countries: Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Spain, and Uruguay said they rejected unilateral military action and warns it's a dangerous precedence for regional peace, right? Yeah, let me show y'all what some of that look like real quick. Hold up. Yeah, that's not embarrassing enough as a constituent, right? Other nations had to literally go together to put joint response together. So as you can see right here, this is available on Reuters. Yeah, they said we express our deep concern and rejection of the military action carried out unilaterally in the territory of Venezuela, which contravenes fundamental principles of international law. Such actions set an extremely dangerous precedence for regional peace and security and for the rules based international order. Let me move my head out the way, y'all. In addition to endangering the civilian population. We'll look at that. Okay, and then the UN Secretary General calls it a dangerous precedent, right? And says international law and the United Nations Charter must be what? It must be respected. It must be respected. Okay, let me pull that up for you real quick because people be saying, oh, she putting 2010 on my baby. I'm not. I am not. Let me show you. And look at that. What did I say? UN Secretary General said what? Okay, these developments constitute a dangerous precedent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right there. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. Mexico goes to direct legal language, and they call it a clear violation in Article 2, which you can see right below, of the United Nations Charter. Okay, so y'all can see that right there on the screen. Because what? I didn't put 20 on 10. That's what they said. They went and collected them receipts. I know how I feel about this. We eating over here. Child, listen, we looking at everything that everybody is saying. And the legal language right there, what? It says a clear violation of Article 2 of the Charter of the United Nations. Wait 1 second, y'all. So China said that they were shocked and strongly condemned force used against a sovereign nation and the use of force against the president of a country. Y'all can see that right there, right? I just want to make sure that, it wasn't me putting what 20 on 10 because, in fact, this is what the nations are saying. But I got a couple more. It's several. I'm gonna just put a couple in this video here. You ready? Look, I got two more for y'all before we pop off. Just two more. My baby, Russia said this is an armed aggression, okay? Armed aggression, and says the pretexts are unfounded and urging de-escalation and dialogue. Okay, so let's go read through. It said this morning, the United States committed an act of armed aggression against Venezuela. This is deeply concerning and condemnable. It's condemnable. The pretexts used to justify such an actions are unfounded. Ideological animosity has prevailed over business pragmatism, right? Pragmatism. And the willingness to build relationships based on trust and predictability. In the current situation, it is important first and foremost to prevent further escalation and to focus on finding a way out of the situation through what? Through dialogue. One more. Just one more, y'all. I'm going to keep it just 1 more second. Let's look at Brazil. Let's look at what Brazil said real quick. Okay, so Brazil's Lula says the bombing and capture crosses an unacceptable line. Grave affront to sovereignty, right? The bombing on Venezuela territory and the capture of its president crosses an unacceptable line. Right there. These actions represent a grave affront to Venezuelan sovereignty and yet another extremely dangerous precedent for the entire international community. Attacking countries in flagrant violation of international law is the first step toward a world of violence, chaos, and instability where the law of the strongest prevail over multilateralism. Okay? So this isn't just like Twitter outrage, y'all. This is governance. This is governance. And the UN says this sets a precedence, right? And I want y'all to think about that. And to be quite frank, comment which country you want me to read next, because it was a lot of them. It was a lot going on in that Reuters article and a couple of other articles that I'm going to be referencing while I cover this content. Y'all tell me which countries y'all want, and I'll follow up with a part 2. See you in the next video, because what we legally everywhere, we looking into everything, and ooh, the receipts.